Riot Games' fall off needs to be studied.
Bro, I've been playing Valorant with my friends like a little bit recently. I got one of my friends into the game, who was not into it prior. He's pretty cool. He's a pretty dope dude. He just doesn't really play games unless his friends ask him to. Which unfortunately, I am a former Valorant addict. I used to play the game like all the freaking time. People, when they see my level, I'm not gonna say what it is because I'm gonna look like a no-life, but when people see my level, the people get scared and then they realize I'm ass and it's like, oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, the freaking content for this game, oh my god, like, I'll see like so many content creators that I used to watch just stop making Valorant content, and I just realized that the Valorant is not a sustainable game at all. Like, Riot sucks at keeping the game fresh because at first it was kind of a cool thing whenever they'd drop an agent and the agent would be like really cool, but like they'd be busted and they'd shift the meta. But you can only shift the meta so many times before it's like, okay, bro, you gonna do something new. Like, when you gonna drop us some garbage? Then they dropped us some garbage and it was like, oh, Waylay. Waylay's buns, I'm not gonna lie. She's fun as hell. I love playing Waylay, but her utility is just so non-existent. And then if they buff her at all, it's gonna be like, oh, you made this character like needlessly busted because now she has 15 dashes and can recall herself every 2 seconds. And it's like, the balance team for Valorant really needs to get their shit together, I'm not gonna lie. Fucking, they nerfed Neon into the ground. You know, it's funny that both Neon and Zeri got nerfed into the ground. Riot Games apparently just does not like electric Filipino woman. Apparently they just need to nerf them all into the ground. I don't understand. With Zeri it made sense, and like Zeri is a champion from League for all my Val players who don't freaking know. Yeah, Zeri freaking, she was kind of a necessary nerf into the ground because she was called Pentakill Pikachu for a reason. She was going around murking people, and now she feels kind of relatively unplayable. I wouldn't say a lot, but she's not nearly as strong as she used to be. And then freaking Neon was perfectly fine. I thought she was awesome and like really skill based. And then Riot started target nerfing her like crazy. And what made it so bad that like Riot was target nerfing her is because they weren't like nerfing, like they weren't finding a workaround to like nerfing all of the parts of her kit that are like really easy to use and like really easy to freaking abuse and make a Neon a really powerful agent. They were like target nerfing all of the really skilled parts of her kit. Like, she has the most difficult movement in the game. I mean, she's a mobility based agent, but she has the most difficult mobility in the game because you have to manually do everything instead of just right clicking to dash all the time. Like, I don't understand why agents like freaking Jet and Chamber can just disappear out of your sight within a moment's notice, but Neon can't freaking skillfully dodge your shots and then kill you. I don't, like, why weren't the nerfs to something specific? Like, why couldn't we try to find a workaround to, like, I don't know, maybe since so many Neon players are going around freaking doing all this crazy movement, why don't we just, like, lower the accuracy of her first bullet after a slide? Why was the optimal option here? You know what? How about we lower her mobility? Yeah, that sounds like a good one. No, we're just yapping, bro. Like, we're at this point we're just hopping on the beat to talk. You're not even rapping anymore. I apologize for that figure of speech. It was very dumb. I'd like to apologize. And it's not just the balanced team. I feel like when Riot just started firing people left and right, both of their like really, you know, huge IPs just started falling off like drastically, and like every single thing that they've produced now it kind of feels like slop. I'm not gonna lie. It's all the freaking skins that have dropped across both games, shitty or mid at best. All of the new characters, shitty or mid at best. And not to say that Waylay isn't really cool. Like, I like Waylay. I think she's awesome. I like her design a lot. I like her whole aesthetic. It's really dope. But it's like It's like for all the effort that they put into each of the agents and each of the freaking champions in League, they like so much more effort could have been put into them. Granted, like the now significantly smaller teams were provided significantly more time, but they're trying to push their teams as much as they like were before when the teams were way bigger, but they're down like half their staff. No, sorry, they're down like 75% their original staff, because they fired half and then they fired like a clean 25% again. I don't understand like the business moves that Riot's been making recently, but they're really fucking dumb. Like comically stupid. I couldn't possibly understand why it just firing everyone, removing all of the creative minds that helped build these two awesome, well, these two IPs that I thought were awesome originally, and that they seem to want to ruin more and more. Which, I mean, okay, to call League awesome is insane, I know, but unfortunately I like League. I can't sit here and act like I don't like League, but it's not for the gameplay. I like the lore, I like the stories, I like the music, I like the characters, I like the character designs, I like the voices. I don't like the game. I play the game because my friends play it and I have an addictive personality. That's why I play League. And I played Valorant because it was a fun game. But when I took a break and came back, just like my mains got nerfed. Freaking, there were so many different changes to agents that I played on and off for like no reason, and I'm like, bro, why are we doing this? What was the point? I hope, because Riot has not a new CEO, but I think because there was the dude who is the CEO, he was also the president, and I think he stepped down from the president role and like gave it to somebody else, which evidently that role is like a lot more hands-on and has a lot more to do with the decisions. And the guy who is replacing him is like apparently is known for like Logitech and Skull Candy, you know, two things very frequently used by gamers. So hopefully, you know, this dude will make a lot better business decisions than the previous dude, because that other dude was apparently only known for like a rug pull or something, and never really worked in the gaming industry before. So maybe that's why so many bad decisions were being made. You know, that certainly could be a possibility. I'm hoping that a bunch of Riot devs get their jobs back, possibly. I'm hoping that a bunch of Riot devs get their jobs back, possibly, and I'm hoping that this new dude who has stepped up will be able to fix everything that the dude prior just fucked up. That's my ramble for the day. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Be sure to have a good morning, day, night, happy time zone. Check out the next one, like, subscribe, all that. Peace.
Hear it.
Guess I go whip out the boat. No, I can't hit on my brakes. My life is out of control. I'm telling you, nobody's safe. I've been living my life in limbo. My ice came with a train.